We are rolling here with Royal Massat here at Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival 2018, and Royal is the bass player for Billy Strings Band. Royal, let's talk about how'd you get into the band?
Well, so Nashville right now is a really cool community of young pickers, kind of my age, that are moving there to hang out and get to know the other players and kind of get into a scene and kind of cultivate that community. So I moved there a few years ago. I was doing a lot of different kind of studio work. I was playing some with Molly Tuttle, who's also at the festival here at Gray Fox, and a buddy of mine, John Mylander, who's a fantastic fiddle player, and he's actually playing with Bruce Hornsby right now. He and I are good friends, and he decided to talk me into coming to a fish show, my first fish show, and I was a little apprehensive. I had been around people who chose to trash fish instead of, listen to their music. So I decided to go, and I really enjoyed it, and hanging out there with kind of the group of people that John brought me with was Billy Strings. And I'd heard of him, and I'd, seen some videos of his and really dug his stuff, but I met him there and chatted for a little bit, and then a few months later, he reached out on Facebook and said, "Hey man, you want to come jam?" And I kind of had a feeling that, might be a little more than just a jam happening, but I went over there, and Billy Fanlon was over there too, our banjo player, and we sat down and jammed a little bit, and it was just really organic and chill and really positive. It felt really good to play with them. And after playing a little bit, Billy said that they had a little personnel change and that he really wanted me to play bass in their band. And I was really stoked because right at that point I had kind of opening in my schedule and I didn't have anything coming up. And so I was like, man, I'm down. So I jumped on board kind of immediately and have barely been home since.
How did you get to this point? What was it you were doing that got you there?
Yeah, for sure.
Bass at a young age?
The reason why I even play bass is I have 3 older siblings, and my parents got them into music when they were really young, and by the time I came along, my 3 older siblings were playing all different instruments, and they basically had a family band. And so growing up, I was touring the country with my family in a bus, playing bluegrass gospel.
What was it called? What was the band called?
The band that it was called the Massat family. That was our family band, and we played all over the country. Got to see almost every state with that band. So when I was 7, I'd been playing violin for a while, and my sisters wanted me to play bass. So they got my mom's bass, and they got a stool and had me stand on that stool and taught me how to play Consider the Lilies. That was the first song I learned on bass. And as soon as I played bass, I realized that it really spoke to me, kind of the role it plays in the music. I really identify with kind of that solid, laying down, the groove and kind of giving the ability to dance to the music. I really love doing that. So, and I think that's partially because when I was in the womb, my mom was playing bass the entire time I was in utero. And I think that maybe those bass wave forms, I felt those, I think. And I think that they made me, kind of the person I am today. So.
Now, let me just say, so I can get it. When you guys are on the road constantly right now, and you said you got a couple of weeks off, and you were just saying interestingly what you're going to do. Tell us what.
Oh yeah, so we haven't had hardly any time off this year yet, but we do have about 2 weeks off coming up in August, and I'm going to get on my motorcycle and ride down the Natchez Trace Parkway, which goes from Nashville, Tennessee, all the way down to Louisiana. It's a really beautiful parkway that doesn't allow any semis on there, so it's just side traffic, beautiful roads.
It's gonna look interesting carrying a big bass with you, though.
I'll just have to strap that thing on my back, I guess.
So, you guys are constantly playing. Right now, you guys have gone from being just a great band to a super duper great band.
Yeah.
You've had the music bugging you since you're in utero. What does it feel like right now that you're constantly on the road?
In some ways, man, the road can be rough. We all have our days where you get up and you kind of feel sorry for yourself, and you miss home, you miss family, you miss waking up in your own bed. But those days pass, and what we're doing right now is what we love. I feel so fortunate and thankful that when I wake up in the morning, I'm doing something that I have passion for, and it doesn't feel like a job. It just doesn't. And one thing about this band is, when I joined, it was really cool. But the lineup we have now, which is Jared, he was the last person to join. Jared Walker on mandolin, and as soon as he joined and we started really traveling hard as this lineup and really solidified it. There's a really beautiful chemistry that we all have, just because we all care about each other as dudes, and I think it shows in the music. And I'm really thankful to play with guys that I also enjoy hanging out with off stage. Yeah, man. As soon as we got to here to Gray Fox, like, they immediately make you feel like you are, like, it's so important that you're here. They make you feel like you're, like you're a rock star being here. It's really special. We got here, and the show we played last night was crazy. In between songs, we would end a song, and if I had one of my ears out, it was deafening, the sound of the audience. They were so stoked, and so much energy in the crowd. It was amazing. And I'm really stoked to play the main stage tonight. We play after the Del McCurry Band and before the Wood Brothers. I mean, that's two of the best bands in the world right there. We're sandwiched in between them. That's insane and so cool. So I'm stoked to watch Del McCurry, and then we'll do our thing, and then I'm going to go out in the audience and watch Chris Wood get down on his bass.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Totally, man.
All right.
Absolutely.